I'm Craig Lee.
I'm Robb.McGee.
And I'm Ryan Stueber.
With Real Talk with Robb and Craig on the 27th of May, 2021, Thursday, with our special guest, Ryan with PNW Insurance. He's our guy. He was on here last year when we first started this.
Yeah.
He's back. This time with probably not the greatest news, but it's very informative and you all should listen to it, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Ryan made us aware that there are major changes coming in Washington State exclusively, right, Ryan?
Yep.
We're the only state in the union. Major changes coming to how your homeowner's insurance and renter's insurance
And auto
as well?
insurance.
And
all your
auto
personal
insurance.
Wow.
If you have insurance, the way you are billed and the premiums you are going to pay is changing dramatically. And we invited Ryan to come on the show today to explain to you the changes. So without further ado, Ryan, I'll let you explain to everybody what is happening and why.
All right, thanks guys.
Sure.
Yeah, so I guess to start with, for years and years, probably the last 20 plus years in Washington and 48 other states, insurance companies have always used your credit score and credit history as one of the many rating factors that go into determining the rate that they charge you for your auto insurance, your home insurance, any other personal insurance that you have. And the reason they're able to do that is because they are able to prove a correlation between credit score and claims frequency. So really, it doesn't have to do with your payment history because they're worried that you're not going to pay, right? Because if you don't pay, they're just going to stop giving you insurance, right? It's really that, via your credit score, statistically, if you have a lower credit score, you're more likely to cost them money in the form of a claim.
That makes sense, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's statistics, right? Insurance companies live on
Statistics don't lie, right? Yeah. Mhm.
Our insurance commissioner in the state of Washington, Mike Kreidler, has long been opposed to this on the grounds that it unfairly discriminates against people of lower incomes and certain ethnicities who statistically, on average, have a lower credit score. And he's tried 3 times to get this, ban on credit scoring passed through the legislature, and each time it's gotten shot down because insurance companies have just brought out the statistics and showed, hey, this is a valid, way to rate for insurance.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So this latest go round, he got turned down in March and came back 2 days later with an emergency mandate saying that due to COVID and the effect that COVID has had on people's credit scores, he was going to issue an emergency ban that basically circumvented the legislature to ban insurance companies from being able to use credit as a rating factor. And that is going into effect on June 20th of this year. So basically, if you're trying to, have a new home or a new auto policy or anything, changes you're trying to make, maybe you want to make it by June 19th, because on June 20th, all the rates for everybody, all insurance companies in Washington, are going to change quite a bit. The kicker with all this is, after June 20th, everybody's policies that renew after June 20th, which the first renewal that it'll probably affect will be around the end of July. Now, those policies are going to have credit removed as a factor. And so we've already seen from our carriers, a list of rates and how this is affecting everybody. And it can be pretty dramatic. So unfortunately, those with the highest credit scores are going to see the highest increase, and the lowest credit scores are going to see the biggest decrease. Now, we can argue all day about, the fairness of that, but that's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah.
And it's going to create a lot of disruption in our industry this year. But it's important for you as consumers just to know that this is going on, why it's happening, and when it's happening, so that if you see a pretty dramatic change on your home or auto insurance, at your next renewal, this is why this is happening. It doesn't have anything to do with the insurance companies this time, right?
So what are they basing it on?
So let's take home insurance for example, right? Now that credit's out of the picture, they're going to be basing that rate on size of the house, right? So the amount of coverage, the age of the house, and then where the house is in regards to the nearest fire station. And a few other discounting factors are still going to apply, right? Home auto discount, stuff like that. But it's Yeah, it's definitely going to sort of, what we anticipate will happen with all of this for both home insurance and auto insurance is that after this initial change goes through, what's essentially happening is insurance companies are being forced to decrease rates for people that are statistically going to cost them more money. So after this initial shakeup over the next 2-3 years, what will likely happen is insurance companies will have to raise the base rate for everybody. So, you know, those that have good credit are probably going to get hit twice, you know, in a period of a couple of years. And it's just, you know, it's unfortunate in many ways how they're doing this, but
Ryan, if Commissioner Kreidler is putting out this change in response to what he has seen occur from COVID, it would seem to me this should be a temporary measure.
That's
with
exactly
a
what I'm
finite
thinking.
ending.
very good. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
So, because it is an emergency mandate, it is temporary. It is good for 120 days. However, he has already applied and put forth the intention to make it permanent for 3 years once that 120 days is up. So what we're telling people is, you know, if you don't like this, if this frustrates you, now is the time to, you know, get in front of your legislature, your legislators. Also, you can, you know, email or call into the office of the insurance commissioner and complain to them. Just make your voices known and heard, because the insurance industry is fighting this, but they're basically getting railroaded because both Inslee, Kreidler, and the Attorney General are all on the same side in this, and so it's going to be an uphill battle. And so the more people, you know, that reach out and, you know, make their voices heard, you know, the more chance we have to keep this from being a permanent thing.
So call the insurance commissioner's office, the office of Mike Kreidler. Call your state representative, your state senator in your legislative district, and let them know you object to this program change, which will result in noticeably higher insurance rates for all types of insurance. For as you were telling me earlier, Ryan, when you ran some scenarios, the majority of people that the scenarios you ran, rates were increasing, not decreasing.
Right.
So,
and part of the thing is, I mean, Washington statistically has one of the highest median, you know, average credit scores in the nation, and so it just by default, you know, with the majority having good credit,
yeah.
the majority of people are going to, you know, see increases, and then the minority will see some decreases. You know, and there's arguments on both sides of this, right, as to what is fair. So I know, you know, people are going to come in on both sides of the fence on this, but it's just a big disruption.
Yeah, listening to this, and Robb is super intelligent and way more professional than I am, but just as a consumer sitting here listening to this,
he's right.
I think you are discriminating, just as a reverse discrimination, against people that pay their bills, pay on time, have good credit, and have worked their butts off to get in a position where they can have a little bit of relief on something. This is horrible, in my opinion.
It's taking away an incentive to be responsible with your debt and your credit.
Oh, wait a second. If it's not based on your credit anymore, we're saying, hey, congratulations on not paying your bills, having horrible credit, and now
Here's a reward.
we're gonna give you some relief for that.
Yeah.
So bad behavior gets rewarded.
Yeah, and Craig, you know, something I have a concern about too in our industry, you know, our whole job is to help families buy homes and to help people who own a home get a better interest rate or utilize the equity in that home. That's all we do here. We just helped a young man buy his first home who, in this competitive marketplace, was at the maximum debt-to-income ratio that he could be at and still approve. If this change had already been in place, I guarantee you the gentleman that we were helping would not have qualified for his home. He would not have been able to buy his first home. And that's our whole focus, is how, and you know, it would seem to me the group of consumers that most need a little bit of help is that first-time home buyer, that young family buying their first home, stretching their budget thin, putting everything they've got into being able to get this house. This change in insurance could mean the difference between qualifying or not. And I think that's a horrible thing. And I'm really bothered by this initiative change.
So you're saying on this, we had this one, but I can tell you in the 9 or 10 years we've been using you primarily, we call Ryan, this is our guy. This is who if somebody asks us for a referral for insurance, that's who we call. I personally use them. Janet uses them. That's just the way this office is. And it's going to kill more and more deals. So the whole idea is, if it's based on doing good and paying your bills and having good credit, this should be temporary. I get if they want to take care of people and help them temporarily, but you can't just give a person a fish. You got to teach them how to fish.
Right.
Well, and there's a flip side to this too, Craig. You could offer relief to somebody who has been COVID affected and it's affected their credit score without punishing everybody who found a way not to be affected by that. And it sounds to me like with Kreidler's initiative here, it's not just rewarding a few of the people that need help. To fund it, it is going to punish the vast majority of responsible homeowners and vehicle owners and everybody who has insurance, which is almost everybody watching this video right now. So the flip side negative to that just seems disproportionate, and I'm really bothered by it. And I'll be calling Commissioner Kreidler, and I'll be calling my senator and my representative in the state legislature to let them know that this, first off, shouldn't be going into effect at all. And if it is going into effect, which obviously it is, it should be temporary and repealed immediately upon relief from COVID.
Talk to your friends.
Yeah,
I
tell
agree.
everybody.
That's great.
It's going to cost you a lot of money. And Ryan was kind enough. He gave me some examples. One of the reasons we wanted to have him on the show, he was telling me about the pricing differences. Guys, on homeowners insurance, some of the scenarios that Ryan was running, the cost is 3 times higher than what you're currently paying. We're not talking about a 20% bump in your premiums. Some could be that, but some of the scenarios he ran, and again, this is for people that have exceptional credit and have really worked hard at managing that. The people that have done the best at that are going to be hit the hardest. And one of the scenarios he ran, it was 3 times higher than what the customer was currently paying, and that's usurious, and it's horrible, and it shouldn't be allowed. So I hope if you're watching this, you take the time to call your representative and tell them you do not appreciate this slap in the face from the insurance commissioner.
If you don't have Mike's number, Mike, what's his last name?
Kreidler.
I don't like him. He's a crybaby. I don't know. Then you can call us, and we'll give you the number.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Call us here. We'll put you in contact.
Yeah.
And I'll even put you in contact with who your state representative is and your state senator if you don't know. So if you contact us, we'll guide you the right way.
That's why he's smart.
Yeah.
And I would just say, let's go find this guy.
Yeah.
Just kidding. On a brighter side, please, if you want an insurance company that takes care of you, treats you like family, we have a St. Bernard puppy. We didn't know where to turn. We turned to Ryan's company, and they took care of us. And
For puppy insurance.
Yeah, for puppy insurance.
Yeah.
So that puppy, to my wife, is our baby, and we've already filed the claim. And
She already hurt herself.
yeah, she's a big, clumsy St. Bernard. Also, if you want one of our beautiful car fresheners, please give us a call or write it on there. Or,
We had somebody ask for one last week, and it's in the mail, Jill.
Jill.
So be on the lookout.
what's her last name?
Casto. Brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah. I knew her.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
No, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
say we don't want to forget to remind everybody about the food and jacket drive.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
see,
Ryan, he's so good.
yeah.
As everybody knows, if you've been watching, we are holding a food drive and a jacket drive to help needy families, and we are collecting jackets and food donations here at our office, and then we're going to turn them into local food bank and homeless shelter on July 8th of this year. So please bring those down anytime, and we will make sure that we will turn in that donation for you. Or you're welcome to join us when we
That's what I
drive
was
out.
about to say, that.
We drive out to the food bank. Please come with us. We're also all giving blood that day. So we're going to try to give back to our
Give
community in a
back.
few
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
ways. So
All right,
idea.
you just heard it. Ryan's committed. We're gonna harass him until he comes. Please go to www.realtalk.mortgage. It takes you to our YouTube channel.
And I'm sorry, one real quick, Ryan, would you give your phone number for folks that want to get in
Absolutely.
touch with you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's 253-987-5791. And I'm sure we could probably put a link or something to our website
Absolutely.
Great.
into the feed here.
We've got great YouTube channel for PNW. What is your thing on that?
Yeah, just PNW Insurance Group on YouTube. You can find us that way.
Great.
We've got all sorts of educational videos in there. So.
Ryan, thank you so much for being with us today and explaining to everybody
Yeah,
the change
a tough-
that's coming.
a tough-
It's affecting everybody,
Yeah.
and it's an important thing.
And remember, jackets are gently used.
Yes, new jacket or gently used jacket for the homeless shelter. So.
Love it. Hey, the reason we all get to do this and own homes and live where we do is because of Monday. It's Memorial Day. It's for the people that have given their lives so we could all have this. So thank you. I hope we all have a day that we remember somebody great that's helped us in the past. I'm Craig Lee,
I'm Robb McGee.
I'm Ryan Stueber.
and that's Real Talk with Robb and Craig.